Curiosity ride.
Mad Bricks webcast,
where the human spirit flies. Mad Bricks webcast, where the human spirit flies.
Hey, welcome to the Madbix webcast. This is Ramananam Raju. This is Ramananam Raju. I'm the host. You know, today is technical issues are always challenging to me. You know, welcome Susan. You know, this lady doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
That's okay. That's okay.
Sometimes you need to do yourself, tech. You know, that's what. Anyway, I don't want to be in bad mood.
Right.
But, yeah. But anyway, let me introduce the Alfreda Gerald. I have a small video I want to play for her. You know, so Susan is my co-host. Susan Davis. You know, music is such an important thing during holidays or out of the holidays. It's a lot of stress, family stress, and everything. So we need some kind of a, including me. I need to calm down in all these areas. Of all these days, my mouse fell down and broke, and I have to handle it.
Oh my goodness, what a conundrum.
Yeah, it's a conundrum. So I don't know where she is at. You know, Alfreda is Alfreda is
she's in the middle. She said she's on a cruise ship in the middle of, I forget where.
No. What she said, she's calling me on the. She does. What happened? Oh yeah, she's calling me. You take it. I'm going to put you on the mood. You you continue. I will talk with her. Okay.
Oh, you want me to continue with what? Good evening, everybody. This is how we start our show with our technical difficulties. So, okay, our guest tonight, Alfreda Gerald, is a amazing human who has been on stage with some of the greats of the greats of the greats of the greats, all of them. I mean, I can't even list how long. So this is not the Susan show. I can promise you that. But she'll be on here just a minute. I spoke with her briefly before the show. She is on a cruise ship. She's about to take the stage in less than an hour. So I don't know if she lost contact or what. She's doing a tribute to Tina Turner this evening out on the cruise ship that she's on. She's the headliner out there. I don't remember the name of the ship. But I don't hang out on a bunch of cruise ships. It's never been my fancy, but I think they're pretty neat. And I know she'll be back in port, I believe, into Lauderdale perhaps tomorrow. And then she's coming up to Tampa for the next few days for those who might be looking to see her. I don't know her schedule, but that's what I know. So anyway, how cool is this? No Romana, no guest. And here we go. So we could do a soliloquy. Perhaps I could sing or play one of her songs. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Nothing shocks me when it comes to doing a show with Romana. So here we are live on LinkedIn, which is a pleasure. If I noted my friends out there, hi everybody. This is what it looks like to hang out with Romana when he starts a show and then ditches you. So you might have watched us last night where we had on a very interesting Dr. Cass. He was or is a physician with a interesting background. I mean, he does like men's health, longevity type men's health clinics, as well as vascular surgeon. And now he's in the SNF world. So skilled nursing facilities, and really a champion in providing better living conditions for our parents. So pretty honorable stuff. I have a lot of colleagues that work in that field. For me, I personally consult in that field a little bit here and there because, as you guys know, I am, or if you don't know, I am a cardiac arrest education specialist. And if you think about who's in skilled nursing, assisted living, and in memory care, that doesn't mean they're all DNRs. And sometimes that's the perception. So I work with that a lot. And then you look at the scope of practice of who's in those buildings. and the patient load that they have. Anyway, I'm not going to go back down that path because that was kind of not the most uplifting conversation last night, but a reality conversation that we all have to have when it comes to our parents. I was recapping last night as you left me here on the roadside looking for a ride. Hello, I need a ride. Are you back? And now you don't have any sound. This is the best.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Susan? Yeah.
Yes.
I have you need to go to this.
What are you doing?
Navya, can you put that video? Let me introduce you, Alfreda. I made a small video of Alfreda. Let me introduce you, Alfreda, with the video. Can you play that video? First video, please.
Gosh.
She's acting up a little bit today. No, she's. Let me do it. Alfreda Gerald, a voice that has lit up some of the most iconic stages in the world, joins us today. This is Ramana Anamraju, host of the Medbix webcast, and I'm truly honored to welcome an artist whose career spans continents, cultures, and musical legends. From global concert halls to historical world monuments, Alfreda's extraordinary journey has made her a powerhouse name in music. Born in Morganton, South North Carolina, Alfreda's rise has been nothing short of remarkable. She first captivated the world alongside the legendary Greek composer Yanni, performing in front of the majestic Taj Mahal, one of the seven wonders of the world. The only Western musical team ever granted permission to perform there with the clearance from India's Supreme Court. The performance was so historic, it was later showcased at UNESCO heritage sites, including the Forbidden City in China. But Alfreda's brilliance did not start there. She has performed with some of the world's greatest orchestras, the London Philharmonic, New York Philharmonic, and North Carolina Symphony, and has backed icons like Céline Dion, Elton John, Whitney Houston, and Atlanta's Michelle Malone. Let me take you back for a moment, not to India, not to China, but to Rupert's nightclub in Atlanta, Georgia in the 80s and 90s. Our own Studio 54.
You came out in the starlight with that sad look upon your face. I should have made you change a lot and made you throw away the key. If I'd have known for just one moment, it'd been that to bother you. I'm not
where people from every walk of life came together under one electric roof. That's where I first heard Alfreda command the stage with a voice. Fast forward many decades to my Silicon Valley chapter, and I found myself at the beautiful Sarasota Historical Theatre watching another unforgettable performance by Alfreda Gerald, and realizing that Alfreda brings that same magic. So no matter the stage, no matter the city, no matter the era, thank you, Alfreda, to be part of my own journey. Let me bring welcome. Let me bring her to the center stage. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, this is
Alfreda.
such a good
How
video.
do
That
you
was
like
so
it?
good.
Do you remember
Hello,
those
hello.
days?
You did a lot of research. That's a that's a blast from the past. Hi there. Hi there.
Where are you?
Can you
Welcome,
hear
Oh,
me?
Alfreda. I remember going into the Rupert's first time. I am a fresh of the boat. I came to Rupert's Club, which is directly there, and then I was listening your music. First time I heard American music. You inspired me. Oh my God, she is like a diva. You know, so you're singing
Oh my goodness.
unbelievable. So I was dancing in. Somebody said to me recently, Silicon Valley, you know, you dance very well, Ramana. They said, let me tell you, I'm from Atlanta, Rupert's Club. If you don't dance well, they kill you.
ah,
So, Alfreda, welcome to the Medbix webcast. Tell me what is your journey is, and your your journey. What's going on? Where are you at right now? Can you give us a little bit? And where are you right now?
Well, I am right in the middle of the Caribbean Sea.
Oh,
I am on a yes, and I have I'm on a ship. I'm a headlining entertainer, and I'm on a ship called the Celebrity Ascent. And I'm in the middle of the sea, and I have a show tonight at 10 o'clock, or a little after 10, doing a tribute to Tina Turner this evening. And last night I did a tribute to Aretha Franklin.
oh,
So I'm sitting here getting ready to go on stage as soon as I finish this.
Alfreda, I saw you tell me a little bit about our history, the Rupert's Club, your history. I'm just a participant. I'm a spectator there. Probably you didn't notice me. I was one of those drunk guys in the floor. So tell me your the Rupert's Club, Jenny. How is Atlanta life is?
Well, I remember you, of course, like it was yesterday, and we both were young then. And you did come, and I would see you all the time at Rupert's, and you and I became friends, and you would dance, and just we had a really fun time there at Rupert's. Um, that's that's where I got my start. Actually, the first time I was in a band was at the Rupert's nightclub. There's a big, huge 15-piece band with a string section and horns and a really big venue and a platform for me to learn what I'm doing now. So it was a really, really great experience. I miss it actually. I wish I could go back and do that again. Don't you wish
I
we could go back to Rupert's?
Rupert's, yeah. We don't
I
have
want to go to Rupert's. I want to.
the club is no longer exists. Actually, it's
Oh,
gone,
boo.
gone for good. I mean, gone for bad. We unfortunate. There's so the moment Alfreda left, Rupert's died.
Yeah.
After that, you moved to.
Well,
How did
I
you
don't know
find
about
the
that.
Yanni? You were touring with the Yanni that I told you, and that was the biggest big break for you, right? Touring with a Greek musician composer Yanni.
Well, it was, and ironically, I got that gig from singing at Rupert's. There was a man, Yanni's manager, actually was from Atlanta and used to come to that nightclub. And Yanni decided he wanted to hire a vocalist between Shaka Khan and Aretha Franklin, who had not been signed to a record deal, though, because a recording artist would be a lot more expensive than me at the time. So, and I of course had the operatic background, and the man thought about me, and he approached me and he told me about Yanni, and I had never heard of Yanni at that time, but I did some research and found out that he had an orchestra, and my operatic experience would definitely be a good thing. So I made a tape. It was back in the day was. It was a cassette tape back in that day, and I sent it in, and Yanni heard it, and he said, "This is the voice I'm looking for." And they flew me out to LA, and I auditioned for. It took about a whole week. It took me a week to audition, get that gig. So then I got it, and it was history.
You know
Wow.
that I tell you
After that,
something
that's
interesting.
how.
You may not remember, Alfreda. I will give it to you, Susan, in a second. Alfreda, you may not remember, but in the Pleasant Hill Road, there is an Indian restaurant. You were talking with the managers there. You know, I think Yanni manager. I was sitting next to you at the time. I mean, next table. I saw you there. Do you remember the restaurant called Pune or Puna restaurant on Pleasant Hill Road, on Atlanta, Georgia? You know, Duluth. That I saw you there
Wow.
a long time ago, though. You may not
Wow, yeah, I
remember.
don't remember the name of it, but I
Yeah.
don't remember the name of it, but I certainly remember that night. Yes, absolutely.
So, Alfreda,
Absolutely.
it's not easy to get Taj Mahal is the seven wonders of the world, right? And they let you.
Right.
You may not know this, but they went to the Supreme Court to get a permission for Annie and your troupe to play in front of Taj Mahal because of the environmental problem and other things. So, do you know that the big saga went on Indian journals, Indian newspapers?
Well, I am aware of that. Not exactly the process, but he told us about how much trouble it was to get us over there. And it was a lot. And the whole process was a lot. Getting all of our gear there, and no one would, they would not allow motorized vehicles on the property of the Taj Mahal. So they had to the U.S. Army came and built a bridge across the Ganges River, whatever that river is at the Taj, to bring our gear over there.
Mm.
But it had to come by camel. They
Oh
wouldn't
my
allow
God!
any
Yeah,
motorized vehicle.
interesting.
So we chartered a 747 to bring all of that gear. So it literally took a month to get the gear over to the Taj and set it up. So it was a huge process, but it was very successful in the end.
Yeah, still now you're the only one. Go ahead, Susan. If you ever, yeah,
I
then
do.
I will
Okay.
ask. Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead.
thank you for a second. Give me a second here. So listen, Alfreda, I listening to you saying
Yes.
goosebumps, goosebumps, goosebumps. What a powerful, powerful, powerful woman, powerful voice. My question to you is, did you always know that you were going to be a singer and that this you just had to get this? I mean, was singing the way to get this energy out to the world? Was this something you wanted to do since you were little? And did they ever try to have you contain it and say this is too much? It's you, Alfreda, like keep it back, girl. How about you just pull it back just a little bit? And then all of a sudden one day you're like, no more, watch out. And you just let her rip. And then look what you did. So lots of questions, but tell me about your energy and your path.
Those are really good questions, actually. No, and in the beginning, I actually wanted to be a nurse. That was my passion, but I did. But at a very, very young age, my mother was the choir director for a big choir in North Carolina. And one day, every month, it was a mass choir would all come together, and she was the choir director of it. And so at home, and now she says I was three. She distinctly remembered I was 3 years old, and she would learn the music for the choir, then I would listen to her learning. I could sing it because I heard her sing it, and I could sing it very well. And truthfully, I don't ever remember not being able to sing. So one day we were at church and the choir was singing, and she said, "We have a guest vocalist to come up and sing with us." And I'm looking around, who is it? And she said, "Alfreda Gerald is coming up to sing." And I was just a child. So I went up there and I took the mic and brought the house down in ovation. And that's just where it began. So my parents then channeled me toward music because I was not that good in math. So my dad says, "Nope, nursing is not for you. You are a singer." So that's how that happened. But my voice has always been very big. I've always had a big, mature voice. And yes, at some point before I learned to control it, I was reprimanded for singing too loud and too much and too high. But of course, through the years and proper coaching, I learned to control it. It's still enormous, and I have to still control it. But it's just something I've learned to do through coaching.
so exciting to have enormous energy and have to rein it in and cultivate it and sculpt
I
it so
do.
that you can your reach then will be as even more effective with that coaching. So I think that kind of translates to almost any specialty, right? If you're a big energy, it always needs mentoring so you can be more effective. So the ripple effect, I can't even imagine your voice at the Taj Mahal. What was the acoustics like?
Wow.
Amazing.
That, well, we did. I'm sorry. Did you talk,
I
Ramona?
say amazing.
You
I heard
talking?
that music. Oh
Um,
my God. Yeah.
well, we did it outside. It was an outdoor concert, so we didn't have a lot of acoustics. We used the microphones, of course, and speakers. But it was just an incredible experience to be standing there and with the Taj as a backdrop, and all of the people of India came. It was interesting, that concert, because we were there for several weeks, and the government, somehow there was an issue. And the first couple of nights, we really didn't have anybody to come because people were not allowed to come on the grounds of the Taj Mahal somehow. I don't know I don't know what happened with that. But by the end of the week, it was packed with people, and the more and more the word got out, that made it very successful. But the history of the Taj, and just being there, and it was, and I'll get chill bumps now just thinking about it. It was an incredible experience.
So you played on Forbidden City in China. That's also a very rare occasion, right? And the Greek Acropolis,
Yes.
you played there. That's like a wonders of the world. I mean, basically, Forbidden City is not a wonder, but seven wonders, but is historical site in China.
Yes, and yet again, that was another experience with the government and the prime minister and all that, to get to perform there. And I don't know that any other artist before or since has performed at either the Taj or the
Yeah,
Forbidden City of China.
yeah.
So that was a big feat for Yanni, and that's a big star in his crown for being able to pull those concerts off.
Amazing. So those locations are, I mean, how do you even fathom that you'll be singing in those amazing locations? Compared to the locations, I don't know how, because I've looked at whom you've sung with and the different places around the world. I don't know how you could ever pick. But if you were to pick, I won't make you pick your top one, but do you have a top three of performers that you performed with, or performances that just stand out as the pinnacle?
Well, absolutely. Well, Yanni, of course,
Yeah.
was is one because I did so many tours with him. I did, several tours, five, I guess, tours with Yanni. And then my second one would be Sir Elton John. I've really enjoyed working with him. I still, although he's retired, I still work with him on occasion. He owns a production company that does children's movies,
Huh.
and I am a person who comes and sings the demos for the famous people who are going to sing the soundtracks. So I still get to work with him in the studio. Um, I There's just so many other people. Those are my top two. I will say that.
You know,
Next.
Alfreda, I'm from Atlanta. I used to meet, I used to go to parties with parties, Dallas Austin's party sometimes. Then I met Chili there, the TLC Chili. Then we went,
Yes.
I was close. I was hanging around a couple of times with her. She was fun. She's a, I mean, the Dallas Austin was there, Jaji Faye, all the musicians were there. By mistake, I went to Puff Diddy party one time. That's in Justice restaurant.
Really? Oh,
Justice, no, no, I didn't stay there.
don't tell nobody about me.
No, no, I'm not fast. Just
Don't tell
remember
anybody about that Diddy party.
Justin's restaurant. He was there, So Atlanta is full of celebrities, right? You walk around, you see, Elton John lives in Atlanta. I used to see Whitney Houston in, I used to the office not too far from Rich Carlton at the time. they their house was, I think, in the water or something, and then they used to live in Rich Carlton, Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. I used to meet them in the Rich Carlton wine bar every Friday. Bobby is a nice guy. I met a few times, but yeah. How do
Very
you?
nice
That's
guy.
what Susan is asking. How do you engage these? They have different personalities. Chili is very easygoing. Whitney is tough lady to talk with a little bit, a beautiful woman. But tell us a little bit about your experience with artists.
Well, at the end of the day, artists are real people, and they were all real people before they were
Correct.
discovered. So, after they got all the fame and fortune, maybe that changed their outward thing. But on the inside, everyone is still the same as they were. So, as an artist, it's a little easier to have conversations with other artists because we all have the same core. We all have the same, we came from the same place.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's actually easier because they can let their hair down and have a real conversation with a fellow artist, especially if they kind of know you, if they know your vocal ability. So, of course, I'm also starstruck if it's someone that I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm talking to them. But after the conversation goes, it's okay. But then other people who are just normal people who are meeting a star, that's a completely different conversation because I'll use your word fangirl. Coming on to someone as a fangirl is different than as a peer. So we can work it out.
I am mini celebrity in Silicon Valley. No, Alfreda. So let me ask you. Uh, that when I do this podcast, it is a lot of stress. Putting to even small as podcast like this, it is a for me do on science, doctors coming there, what subject I'm going to talk. It is a stressful thing to put together. How do you manage that stress, enormous stress before you go show? You have to be normal, you have to calm down, all your nerves, all the technical things has to be matched. Today you see that how do you manage that stress?
Well, I'm stressed out right now, as a matter of fact, because my show is coming up in a few minutes.
Yeah, that's right. You still have to go. You
you
still
know
have to go.
Um,
it's a
well,
yeah, go
as
ahead.
I keep saying, it's a process. Once you've done it so many times, you just have to kind of go by the checklist.
Yeah,
Of course, the rehearsal is always important, and the
yeah,
sound check. So if everything goes well there, that alleviates a lot of the
yes,
stress for the
yes,
show itself.
yes,
But if the sound check is messed up and all that, then that it gives more stress.
yeah,
So you have to surround yourself with people who you trust and who know the drill and can work it out. So that alleviates a lot of the stress, but it is stressful. And the Tonight Show, without a doubt, is also stressful. Got a new band. Um, Everything about this show is new tonight. I'm out of my comfort zone. So that's a good question, but it just comes with experience, as you guys know. Once you've done, no, you know what's going to happen with the podcast. You can
mm,
bring everybody in 20 minutes or so beforehand and test the audio. But if you just started cold without any of that, it would be very stressful. So it's just a process and organization.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I know. So you mentioned your checklist because it is, and then you get in your comfort zone. You're out of your comfort zone tonight, so you have your checklist, but sometimes that checklist needs to be revised. I mean, like check hair, makeup, done. Check like 30 minutes, 45 minutes prior. Like you'd have your list. Have I done? Have I done whatever you're going to do to get your pregame on? I mean, everyone has. Do you have a specific pregame that you do? And by the way, I know that your pregame starts now. So
Yeah.
I don't want to get wrong.
uh,
Well, yes, I do, as a matter of fact. Well, hair and makeup, I decide the night before what I'm going to wear, and I make sure everything is all set throughout the day. Do I need to take it to the tailor? All of that. Um, but then I'm in and out of different climates literally every week. Like one day I can be in Alaska or I can be in Antarctica, and the very next day be on the equator. It just depends on where I am, and my voice definitely responds differently to different atmospheres. So I have to decide where I am and what I need to do to get the voice ready, get the body ready for what I have to do tonight. So staying healthy, I think, is the biggest issue
Mm.
with my job. I have to
That,
stay healthy. I Go ahead.
that is my follow-up question. Actually, she's a nurse, so she can tell you much more, can better ask question. How do you manage? I know you for 40 years, but still you have the same voice. And then how do you manage your voice is your instrument, right? So how do you manage that
Yes.
health? What kind of food do you eat before go to the? Do you eat any special kind of food or a drink or tequilas? What works actually?
Well, first of all, I don't see how you could have known me 40 years. I'm only 35 years old, so I don't know how that worked out.
Yeah,
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 I was thinking the same
But
thing.
yeah. I agree.
so
I was baby there.
well, yes, oh yes. I do eat a certain thing right now. It's kind of like I'm like an athlete. Usually eat a big bowl of pasta before my gig because somehow it gives me energy and it keeps me full and really burns like jet fuel. A lot of people, do high protein. I do, for the most part, do a high protein or a keto or low carb lifestyle. But for my show nights, I do the pasta thing. um, I breathe steam. I go to the steam room. A lot of times, moisture is very important, especially in the Amazon or places that are ultra dry. Um, it depends on how long I'm singing. I do a few things that to the medical community would be taboo. You wouldn't
Mhm.
like it, but
No,
I
that
have a little package of steroids that I
We don't like
take.
the medical
I'm
community, but
sorry.
that's okay. I'm just kidding. No, no, no. Carry on. I'm sorry. Steroids, did you say?
I do. I have a little pack of steroids, a 5 milligram that I do if I have a ton of inflammation. Um, a, Smoke is a cigarette smoke is a terrible thing for me. And in Europe, especially, they smoke constantly. So I have a lot of drainage and mucus and stuff all the time, which irritates my vocal cords and causes inflammation. So I take a steroid sometimes to take the inflammation away, and that really helps me. Um, I have a lot of different things that I do. I eat potato chips, believe it or not. Lay's potato chips is a wonderful way to clean off all of the mucus and stuff from your vocal cords. A warm Coca Cola does the same thing. The acidity in it and the sugar in the syrup of the Coca Cola generates saliva, and that keeps the voice moist throughout the evening because you've got the sugar. And that's not a good thing to do, but in an emergency, I do that. I also go run on the treadmill if I cannot warm up or if I'm really tired. Running on the treadmill, doing some cardio really warms up the voice, gets the lungs going. And ironically or strangely, I'm on the sea a lot right now. The sea air, although is wonderful for you, the salt, I guess, coagulates or hardens in my lungs. So the more I breathe it in, because I'm exercising outside, that is an issue for me. And so my lungs become stiff after a while. So it's important for me to exercise profusely every day to keep my lungs moving because the salt gets in my lungs.
Mm.
So it's a lot
Yeah.
of
Wow.
things.
That's wonderful. I mean, this is you're it's a science. This is your craft. This is your instrument. I love all those examples. And yeah, the salt water, you wouldn't even think of that. So this is a whole move it or lose it situation, and move what you need so you don't lose the quality of voice that you're planning on performing here shortly. And then again, and I think you said Tampa,
That's correct.
right? You're coming back into Lauderdale and then out of
Yeah,
Tampa.
yes, we go to Lauderdale, and then I go to Tampa and spend the night there and get
You
on
can
my
meet her
ship the day
there.
after tomorrow.
Yeah. So let me
I'm
ask you,
sorry?
Alfreda, I live in, my son lives in Atlanta. My daughter lives close by. Traveling to Atlanta exhausts me. Go there, 7 hour flight, the airports and driving down there. Oh my God. And then the kids are busy. They meet me for lunch and then they get out. So for 1 hour, I do go through those things. How do you manage without all those traveling like this? How do you manage that? That's my secret. Tell me the secret. You travel so exhausted
Your question
everywhere.
about the travel, you're
Yeah,
saying, how do I manage all the traveling?
correct.
Well, there's a method to my madness, I say. First of all, I mean, there is a lot of travel, and traveling first class, and people say a diva, but that is a big deal because uh, the stress of traveling is actually it is very it makes me exhausted. So to be able to go straight from the car and have someone meet me at the curb, walk me through and go all the way to the lounge and then to straight to a first class seat is a lot easier than everything else. So that's very important to me to be able to travel comfortably. Um, and I take 5 hour energy. That's a big deal for me. And I just take a sip and that gets me through. I do my coffee in the morning. Of course, I try to get rest. And another, not sitting scrunched up with a whole lot of people, I'm able to get rest in a bigger seat, especially the ones that lay down flat. So, and then accommodation is very important. Um, I request, and I have a very good agent who knows my request to stay in places that are very clean, upscaled. I'm able to get the things I need. That's very important. Um, so, and then I'm careful with who I associate with. I wear my mask. If it's a big crowd of people, I just really don't go because I have gotten COVID so many times
Oh my God.
for hanging around a lot of people. So that's, I have refrained from that. I'm vaccinated as many times as I can be. Um, I do a lot to stay healthy in the travel,
Yeah.
but 5 hour energy really helps me.
Ah, I love
So
it. I've just been doing a lot of travel lately, and for me, it's exponential. And so I'm just now trying to get my mojo. And the diet is the hardest thing for me. Traveling, trying to figure out the healthiest thing because your schedule's out of whack. And when you normally eat whatever it is you're going to eat, and then getting it delivered, having it there. What's the refrigerator like? Can you stay on track with your nutrition because your whole body gets out of whack? And when you travel as much as you do, you got to do that like again and again and again. So you just must be a master planner on your foods as well.
yeah,
That
let
is
me
a
ask.
wonderful question.
Go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Do you
I
have
was
to
going to
plan ahead?
say, say that again.
So do you have to plan ahead with your diet as well?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Uh, if I'm leaving from home, I take my own food. I take all of my own food with me, and I have a special container that weight lifters, that bodybuilders use. It's with dry ice. And I take a lot of foods that I don't have to heat up because I don't always have a microwave. But I do take a lot of my own food. And when I'm going to ship, I take food from the ship because I've been here for a while. I know what's good. I know what my body can tolerate. So I take my own food most of the time. Um, and I have a water tester. I call it Chester the water tester. And I test my own water. And I know which water is good to drink. And believe it or not, some that we know and love are horrible. So I take my own water. And yeah, and the ice is an issue too. So, yes, ma'am, that is an issue. Huge.
Mm.
And yes, I do plan ahead.
You have to.
But you are going to, when you travel, you miss your loved ones. Yeah, I saw your sister with you, right? Your sister was traveling with you at the time when you came to Silicon Valley. So, does it help you, the relatives around you that traveling with you? Does it help for you?
Oh, sure. We have a lot of fun together, but she is my tour manager.
Oh,
So, and she is actually my personal assistant. So she handles a lot of my day-to-day things, and then especially when we're on the road. And I am in control of the food. I order everything, we order everything ahead of time. Um, and they give us a long list at all of the venues that we order from. And so, we look at everything, we try to find the freshest ingredients. We do vegetarian things a lot. So yeah, that is also processed. And yes, it's very fun. And we have a lot of fun together. She's very funny and smart, and we have a good time together. But me being able to control all of that uh is easier for us all to stay healthy.
yeah. Well, I think you only go the wrong direction just a handful of times before you fix that one. Like that's where I am right now. I mean, I just started. I'm like,
Yes.
you only do it wrong a few times because you get so out of whack and it's just not worth it. So yeah, I too started bringing my like at least key essentials and then figuring out what I can get when I get there. So that's huge.
Alfreda, still you live in Atlanta,
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah, you still, that's a home. You
I
call it as a
do.
home. Yeah, okay, good. So I don't live in Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta. That moved to Silicon Valley now. It's a different world. You need to come more and more this side. Your voice to be heard here. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So amazing that is that your voice keeping, it is a great science for all of us, because how do you keep that voice and not changing and still good and powerful? I mean, irrespective of the time and era, you're managing that voice is just beautiful. God has given gift for you, that one. I think, it is a tremendous gift. One of the things I want to ask you, when you're doing this, your voice and instrument, particularly music as a therapy. My son is a neuroscientist. He did a master's in neuroscience in Nashville, and then he does rap. He does rap music. So he says that there is a lot of connection between the mental relaxation and the music. Do you feel that your audience you feel that they're relaxed because of the music?
Well, yes, my music is not really relaxing though, because I do
Yeah.
a very high energy. And I don't want him to relax while I'm singing, but I have to agree with him on that. And yeah, sure. Yanni used to think people were being healed by the vibrations in his music. And so that is a whole thing. The physics of music is real, and he definitely thought that.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna soothing. Wouldn't be what I would say, but you are a universe tuning fork. Your voice tunes the universe, and anyone in its ripple effect when you sing is affected by that energy, and it is a positive, powerful energy changing tuning fork. Like they don't have an opportunity to avoid it. It's coming in, and it's coming in hot, and it's from a place of love. So you are truly shifting the energy on this planet every time you sing. I can tell you, I can feel it from here, and it's an experience to hear you, to feel your frequency. It's pretty amazing.
Alfreda, thank you. I
Wow,
know I don't
thank
want to take
you.
your time. Go ahead. Say something. Yeah.
No, I was saying an awesome compliment. What an awesome compliment and comment. Thank you for saying so. And I appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
So, Alfreda, thank you. So, I don't want to take your time too much. You need to go to the next gig. Your sister is there. Say hello to her. And always, you're my first crush in my life. So, always I have a special love for you. Alfreda, you're a
Oh,
cute diva. And anything that is you do is wonders. I'm always following you on Facebook and see you what you do. Sometimes you do funny stuff, and all those things. I like it. So keep up the great work, Alfreda. You're a diva, well-deserved diva you are. Okay, thank you for joining with us. And let Susan say anything that you want to say, final words, and then we'll give the Alfreda.
I do. There was something that I read this morning, and it might be kind of a large final thought, but when it comes to women, for a million years, there's an archetype that was like, it goes maiden, mother, and crone. And that was kind of like it in the female life since like the beginning of time. And there's some new concepts that says maiden, mother, sovereign woman, and then queen. And I'm thinking like, I kind of like how that feels. So I feel your sovereign woman and I feel your queen. And I don't know what you think about that, but there's a time in life after motherhood that we have an opportunity to be that tuning fork in the universe. And so I just wanted to say sovereign woman / queen, new friend of mine. I see you and I appreciate you. I love what you do.
wow. Wow. So very poignant. And I agree with that. And I love the way that sounds as well. And you are also mine. And I'm your fangirl now. So I appreciate this opportunity so much. This has been really fun. And thank you so much, Ramona. I'm very proud of you.
Thank
And
you.
you are doing great things and have done great things throughout our lifetime. And I really appreciate you calling me up and you guys. It's so much fun. So come on out to the sea. Let's go and have a cruise together.
Yes.
Have an
Very
amazing
good.
All of us.
show. Have an amazing show. It'll all come together perfectly.
Yeah. Thank you for joining with us.
Okay.
It's a truly an honor and
Good night,
privilege.
Thank you.
You're forever crush. I love it, and then love to see you more and more. Okay.
I can see why, Ramona.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see.
Okay.
Bye. Good night. Let me put this.
Bye. Thank you.
We are retelling their stories through our patented designs that can be worn on scrubs, t-shirts, printed on conference bags, and endless other promotional materials. Daily Wear for Medicine is the first ever of its kind to create curiosity in medicine through visual art. We at MedBricks are celebrating unsung heroes of the past who made enormous contributions to the field of medicine through our unique campaign called Daily Wear for Medicine. You can wear it, carry it, and give it